This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Light Unite show on UPRN Radio. And this is August 21st, 2020. Well, I said last week that I was going to read more of Mary Trump's book on Trump. And truthfully, I don't want to hear any more about him. I don't know about you guys, but I am so over him right now. That doesn't mean I don't do the energy work, but right now don't want to do any more reading. And truthfully, if you heard my radio show last week, I read the introduction, and she lays it out right there, everything and why he's so screwed up. So, tonight it would just be simply been there, done that, and going into more depth, which we really don't need. And I would rather give attention to the earth and the water elemental and do energy work. And you're going to do what I call divine service work for the earth and the planet tonight. And you'll score points in your karmic book when you do it. So I want you to go get your crystal. And while you're getting your crystals amplify the energy work that we do. And I don't know if you can see, if you do get visual and watching, behind me is my 1,000-pound Earth Keeper crystal. I call her Ela, short for Celestial, to amplify the work. And then I have another one that's 650 pounds. So while you're going to get your crystal, it's going to amplify because you're going to hold it in your one of your hands while you do this, unless it's huge. I had another wonderful experience with the dolphins, and this is with Dolphin Quest in Hawaii on the Big Island. And I do a lot of swimming with the wild dolphins. But when I swim with them, I do a lot of photography, and I'm either, really focusing on just, keeping up with them and taking some really cool pictures. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see some of those videos on there of the wild dolphins, but I don't touch them. And I wanted to have a really different experience. So Dolphin Quest right now is having a 2-for-1 for the locals, and 2 people for the price of 1. Oh my God, I'm grabbing a person to see if they can come with me. So the first time I went was on my birthday, and it was really, really lovely. You got to touch the dolphin and send it energy. And see if I can pull up some pictures. Oh, yeah. Now, if you can see that. Okay. So you get to, the dolphin turned upside down for us. And when they do that, they're actually pinging you energy. So, for me, I'm blasting it with energy. And and giving it all kinds of love, which it did flip over. And the trainer said that the dolphin will do what it really wants to a lot of times. And if it feels good to turn over, it will, because it's exposing its belly to you. And actually there's an energy exchange. So everybody, the dolphin would come over to me a lot. And then everybody actually got a personal touch-feely and playtime with the dolphin. And then the trainer was showing us signs, because dolphins will react to their hand signs. So she gave one hand sign, and I don't know, call me Lucille Ball. I gave another hand sign, and the dolphin actually listened to me. And the trainer goes, looks like the dolphin found a new trainer that it's its favorite trainer now. And she had to keep pushing the 3 of us together, my 2 friends and I together, because the dolphin kept wanting to come to me, and this way, it had to come to all 3 of us. The interesting fun fact is, not that this is a fun fact, my girlfriend actually had an accident, and she had a metal plate in her head. And the dolphin came up to her and kissed her right on her lip. I mean, wow. Really, really, really adorable. And if you want to see the pictures, You can go to my Facebook page, Cathy Bilsky, and I just posted, quite a few on there. But the first time I went, and, I didn't know what to expect or actually ask for anything from the dolphin. I just sent it love and energy, and it brings out the child, your inner child. And that's all you think of is the dolphins and play and joy. Now, what happened 2 weeks later is someone came into my store and bought something very, very large, which I'm really set for the next couple of months now. But my business has just gone off the roof, which I'm very grateful for, especially at my age, when you don't want it really to be that hard to be in business, right? So this time, when I went to be with the dolphins, I just had a little different approach, and I approached the dolphins. Now, dolphins, I've been told, in the wild live for 15 years, and the dolphins at the Hawaii Big Island Dolphin Quest, the one dolphin is 39 years old. Her daughter was 9 years old. And the dolphin that I played with and my friends played with, she was 20 years old. And in wildlife terms, those are grandparents. And you wouldn't know, okay, because they got the energy and you don't think that they're that old. This means they're wise. Dolphins are very, very intelligent. So while I'm rubbing and sending her energy, I just started talking to her about world enlightenment. And that, something that we're putting energy into. And if they wanted to help us, they're more than welcome. So who knows what's going to happen? I find myself, God, I've been blissed out for the past couple of days. And they're very telepathic. So they're communicating with you when, you keep thinking of them or you see, them in your mind's eye because they were right in front of you. So if you want some dolphin experiences, you're more than happy to go to my Facebook page. If you're going to become a friend, let me know that you heard me on the radio. And, look at one of the dolphin pictures and see if the dolphin will communicate with you, because they're very social dolphins and they know I'm like Chatty Cathy. And this is one way they can get out to the masses and to the general public is through their pictures. So, if you want to have a dolphin dream, take a picture, grab a picture, download it, stare at it before you go to bed, put it under your head, when you go to sleep. Ask the dolphin for permission to come hang out. And during dream state, and that you want to remember your dreams when you're done. And see what happens and get back to me. Write and tell me. They're very magical creatures. So tonight, I think you've got your crystal by now. We're going to work on the bees and the water elemental and all sea life. We're going to give attention to the nuclear reactors in Japan and the elementals that make them up. And whatever time we have left, we're going to give energy to the Arctic poles and the glaciers. So let's get to it. Yeah, for those of you who've never done this before, I just want you to sit down, put your feet flat on the floor, and sit straight up as you can. Put your hands on your lap like you're going to receive. And I want you to take a deep breath and exhale out everything that no longer serves you, and imagine all that unwanted energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. So I want you to do that. Breathe in light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And that energy goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And do that till I tell you to stop. So as you're doing that, I surround each and every one of you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing. And I seal you in the pink flame of love. And I call to all your teachers, guides, masters, and all the divine beings that work with you, and invite them in to amplify our energy work so it manifests. And now I want you to imagine your silver antenna going up from the top of your head and reconnecting to the Creator. And as it reconnects to the Creator, all this incredible high, divine, healing, light energy comes pouring into the top of your head, flows all the way down your body, down your legs, out your feet, into the earth, down your arms, out your hands, your spine. You become totally consumed in this divine energy. And now I just want you to allow that energy to percolate. And as we're doing this energy work, I also want you to, in your mind's eye, use some creative visualization and actually seeing it happening as much as you can. So now imagine we're in this huge stadium filled with light workers, and we're holding hands. You got people to the right, to the left. In the center is this huge 100-ton crystal to amplify the energy work that we're going to do, and we're going to create a bubble of light over that and put the energy work in that bubble. So now you're holding hands, people to the right, to the left, and you're going to got all this high energy flowing through you. Now send some of that energy down your right arm, your right hand, into the person next to you. Imagine that energy flowing and creating a circle. And as it's doing that, we call to all your guides, masters, teachers, the cosmic beings, all the gods and goddesses, past, present, future, all the divine beings that are awakened on the planet, that are considered evolved masters. Elemental kingdom, air, earth, fire, and water, and any other enlightened divine being that are ancestors. We invite them in, add their divine energy into what we're doing. And now let this energy flow to the left. And as the energy flows to the left, the circle is now closed, so only that which is light may enter. And we're going to invite the trees in, and we're going to ask and send all the trees' energy through the trunk, and it's going to go into the roots, into the earth, to help hold the earth and help the earth remain stable. And out through the branches, so all life forms can feel this really high energy we're putting out. And now we call all the rock stones, crystals, minerals, all the earth keepers, to lock into the earth keeper, into the center of the stadium. We call all the grids, ley lines, meridians, domes, obelisks, pyramids, all the sacred and holy spots on the planet, to lock in this divine light circle and the energy work we're doing tonight. And I'm going to ask Mother, Father, God, anybody that's actually partaking and adding energy to what we're doing tonight, I'm going to ask that they receive a healing, and that you guide us into doing that. Our will, but thy will be done. So be it. So take a deep breath, release the hands, and feel that energy now again pouring into your body, that divine creator energy, and flow out through all your chakras, down your arms, out your hands, into the center, creating a bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put in all the bees on the planet. So let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. Call to Michael the Archangel and ask that ties are cut between the bees and all microwave technology, that people become aware that microwave energy is causing the bee colonies to collapse. As they become aware, they choose to use their cell phones less, shutting them off completely or carrying them in Faraday bags when not in use, or going back to landlines with the understanding that we need bees to pollinate over 40% of our crops. We surround all the hives in a protective energy shield that keeps out all microwave energy. We send energy to all the bees and ask that their DMT is enhanced, and as they reconnect to the Creator, we see the bees becoming more focused and at one with each other as the queen bee is inspired to what she needs to do to hold the colony together as one functioning unit. We send a mild grounding energy to the bees so they become more centered, allowing each worker to do their jobs in harmony with each other. We violet flame all the propolis to clean it up, and as we reconnect this to the creator, it acts as a protection and antibiotic for the bees, so they become healthier every time they come in contact with it in the hive. We ask Michael the Archangel to cut all ties to all mites the bees have that is making them ill. We violet flame these mites to clean up their energies, reconnecting them to the creator. Now we command them to be neutral and die off, which allows the bees to become stronger and healthier. We ask that the bees are now inspired to go where there are no GMO crops, instead being guided to healthy plants and flowers. We see people growing more organic herbal gardens for the bees that will enhance their immune systems. We see people being inspired to leave out fresh water for the bees and planting red and purple flowers that bees really enjoy the vibrations of. Call the higher selves of all beekeepers and ask that they now practice holistic beekeeping, leaving the bees with enough of their own supply of honey so they can also feed themselves with the fruits of their own labor, not using pesticides on the bees to kill off the mites or any other health issues they have. Instead, growing healthier crops and giving the bees time and trusting that they will develop a natural immunity resistance over the multiple generations with their new organic farming methods that we are now asking the divine to inspire them with. We are now sending energy to the queen bee that will inspire her to hold the hive together in harmony. We are now sending energy to the bee's life force so they become healthy and they multiply. Let's give thanks and send out much love to the bees for all they've given us, our plant life and crops, as well as all the byproducts we use, including beeswax for candles and cosmetics. All right, fill that up with light and love, and want you to, in your mind's eye, see each and every little bee and the queen bee and the drone bees that are in the hives, and the worker bees, all just feeling blasted with this really high divine creator energy that protects them and again allows them to multiply. All right, so we're going to fill that light circle up with light and love, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So I want you again to feel yourself reconnect to the creator and feel that high energy come pouring into your body. Go all the way down, all your upper chakras, out your hands into the center, forming another bubble of light. And in that bubble of light, we're going to put the water elemental and all sea life. And again, let there be light. In the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power of the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to Michael the Archangel and ask that all negative energy that the water elemental has taken on be cut from it, transmuted by the violet flame, and filled with much love as the water elemental reconnects to the creator. Now let's imagine this beautiful divine healing energy coming down from the creator and flowing into all waters on the planet. Let's ask the earth to release all kinds of healing microorganisms into the seas. As we focus on the ocean, we see the healing energies of the earth and divine merging into one energy, recharging all plankton, then flowing into the coral reefs. As we send this healing energy into the coral reefs, we ask the creator to put the spark of life back into all the coral reefs on the planet. We now see all reefs coming back to life and flourishing. As we send this healing energy through the waters, we see it neutralizing all radiation, poisons, methane gas, chemicals, all toxins, and pharmaceutical drugs that are in it. This healing energy is also helping the water circulate so it goes back to its perfect divine temperature. We send this healing energy through the waters. We see it neutralizing again all the radiation and helping the water again circulate so it's at its perfect divine temperature. We see this healing energy neutralizing all out of balance sound, including all sonar. We trace the sonar energy back to its source, cut the ties to all computers and machines used, violet flame them to clean them up, angel light energy to heal, fill them up with love. And as we reconnect them to the Creator, we command them to be neutral, breaking down regularly, or just stop functioning. We now send a peaceful white noise through the oceans and all waters on the planet. Let's imagine now all this healing energy surrounding all sea life and see them all reconnecting to the Creator so they may fulfill their divine missions and be healthy. We send out special telepathic thoughts to all sea life, dolphins, whale sharks, mantas, etc., to be guided where the water sanctuaries are, to heal and be safe. We see the violet flame blazing through all sea life to help them transmute all chemicals, radiation, toxins they may have ingested all the way down to the DNA. As all sea life is reconnected to the Creator, we ask the Creator to awaken all sea life's blueprint for perfect health and put it into effect now. Let's put our attention on the Gulf of Florida or any water that has had oil and chemicals spilled in it. We ask the Mother Earth to release lots of microorganisms that are needed to eat up the oil and chemicals that were dumped there. We see people being divinely inspired with new thoughts on how to clean up the oil spills. That's very easy to do with no cost involved, using Mother Earth's nature's gift to clean up the mess. We ask that all that live there are filled with love and strength and courage and divine inspiration on all the natural ways they need to heal. May they receive all the needed medicines for free, along with all the legal means to take the government and the companies responsible for the pollution to court and win. We call again the violet flame through the water areas to transmute all dark energy the water elemental must mirror. See lots of energy going through the North Atlantic current. Keep it flowing so it will help our planet keep its perfect temperature. We call the violet flame through the methane gas in all water, oceans, lakes, rivers, streams, and in our drinking water. Transmute its energy, healed with the energy of the angel light. Now we reconnect all the molecules and atoms that create methane gas back to the Creator. We command them to be neutral. Simply revert to healthy water, yet allow for the proper amount of methane gas. The Earth needs to remain on the planet. I want you now to see in your mind's eye hundreds of thousands of huge bottles of clean, pristine mineral water that are 10 miles high, 10 miles long, 10 miles wide, and are inches apart from each other, all over the oceans and water. See these bottles of pristine, oxygenated water. We're going to place all the minerals, plankton, and the kelp, and whatever else the sea life needs to survive. And see those bottles becoming sanctuaries for all sea life to go to. Now we command the water elemental to mirror the bottles of water. We see the ocean clearing up and becoming healthy and vibrant again with an abundance of flourishing, healthy sea life. We ask the angels and divas and all cosmic beings keep all the radiation junk that's floating in the ocean from Fukushima off all shores and sent to a newly created black hole that will take it off our planet now. Call the higher selves of all the nuclear operators. Reconnect these beings back to the Creator. As they awaken, they stop releasing radioactive waste into the ocean and the air and become filled with divine inspiration on how to correct the nuclear challenge. We send a very high energy into the shell or basin around the crippled reactors so they will once again hold water. We call the higher selves of everyone of the TEPCO decision makers to begin pumping enough of the highly contaminated water into new holding tanks. We need their higher selves to put their egos aside and call in help. From all countries. Call the goddess of truth to bring up all that is hidden to the surface so we can see clearly what is being done. Let all the people who are running those nuclear plants and trying to repair them again put their egos aside and to allow outside help in. See people from all over the world that have practical working solutions. Be invited to Japan, and if it's for the highest good of our planet, which I think it probably is, put those solutions into action now. Call to the goddess of justice to wield your sword, and if it's for the highest good, to send those that are created this mess all the karmic return they deserve now, then so be it. I ask that their karmic return is amplified over 100,000-fold, and if it's for their highest good, I ask that all their income is taken from them and sent to all the people they've harmed for their health care, to replace all lost incomes, as well as clean up the planet. I see all government officials responsible for all cover-ups receiving their just karmic dues now. If it's for the highest good, to be removed from their jobs and go to prison for the cover-up and crimes against humanity, then so be it. Placed by a light worker that will be of service to all, compassionate with high integrity. I see all magic keeping those responsible from being brought to justice being dissolved, along with all energy veils of invisibility and protection removed, poof, gone. We ask that all veils that are keeping humanity from seeing the radiation challenge of Fukushima are removed from them, and as they're reconnected to the Creator, they become awakened, conscious beings that are given the divine solutions to solve the world's nuclear problems through love. We see all veils being removed off all government decision makers, the newspapers, TV, radio stations, news reporters, TV anchors, that were keeping them from speaking the truth. See everyone again start talking about the nuclear challenge, radiation, how to cleanse and how to stay healthy. As people share information about Fukushima, see them being given many awesome divine solutions that are put into application. So now imagine everyone in the planet in this bubble of light. And we're going to send energy to everyone's heart. And we're going to ask that this energy goes to everyone's life force and wherever they need it for healing. And their higher self will direct the energy, not us. We're just sending that energy out. And sending more energy to their life force, their heart chakra. And it's for them to use and however they need to. All right, we're going to fill this up with light and love now, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. And I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. Water time. So we're going to create another bubble of light. I want you to reconnect to the Creator and feel all this incredible high energy again come pouring into your body and flow down your legs, out your feet, your arms, your hands. Be totally consumed in this divine energy again. And also see it creating another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put in all nuclear reactors, especially the ones in Japan. And, we're putting in all reactors because all nuclear reactors leak. So in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to all the elementals that are creating the nuclear challenge, air, earth, fire, and water, wind, all metals, all misshapen elementals, to feel our love for you. We know you did not choose to become what you are now. Because of our love for you, we call to Michael the Archangel, come forth and cut the ties with that which is what created you, and anything that is trying to amplify this challenge, making it worse. As we cut the ties, we now call the violet flame to blaze through you 100 million-fold. We command all these elementals to now let their anger burn out through the violet flame. As the violet flame blazes through every cell, atom, molecule, transmuting all negative energy you had to take on and become. See the violet flame cleanse and purify, helping the elementals release all their anger through the flame. As the violet flame is helping the elementals transmute their energy from dark to light, love, let us now put our attention on. We're calling to the higher selves of everyone on earth that is sending any energy to help calm the nuclear challenge in Japan or around any nuclear reactor, asking permission to work with all their energy, create one huge bubble, one huge group energy. And around each nuclear reactor, we're going to put this bubble. We're going to feed energy into all the nuclear reactors on the planet. Now, this energy that we're combining is such a high healing vibration that's sending the elementals what they need to calm down, work in harmony with each other again. As all our energies are combined, we now call to all the living masters, all the magicians on the planet, the angels and the Creator know who they are, for there are too many for me to name. As a group, I ask that they add their divine energy to the healing bubble over all the nuclear reactors, especially Fukushima. Let their energy now also be amplified 100 million-fold. We called all the divas and highly evolved elementals to step in and help these elementals remember the shape they should now be in. We now call to the Creator and whatever God, Goddess, highly evolved being that you work with to please step in. Help us calm the nuclear reactors down for the sake of humanity and all life forms. And if humanity has any divine graces coming, let us draw on that karma now and ask that some of it be applied to calming and stopping all that is nuclear. See all this high divine healing love energy now combine and flow into the bubble. Imagine the elementals feeling all this love, remembering that they are on the planet to mirror beauty. We ask the elementals to now work and guide anyone who's trying to repair all the reactors, allowing themselves to be repaired. See these people becoming divinely inspired on how to solve any problems that arise quickly, efficiently, and safely. See humans, angels, deities working together in harmony to calm the reactors down. Any life form that has been affected by any kind of radiation, we ask that their DNA strands are now reconnected to the Creator, filling them up with so much light that their DNA becomes and stays healthy. God, we're asking for a big miracle here, and we are united in love to see the planet becoming a free, awakened planet. And we would love to continue to grow in that light. The planet is asking for divine intervention. Give us a chance to keep growing and evolving into the higher consciousnesses you dream for us to become. We are evolving. Send us your grace and wisdom. We need to clean up the nuclear mess. We are open to receiving your guidance. We ask that you also fill this bubble of light over not only Japan, but all the nuclear reactors with your healing grace, anchoring the energy of heaven to earth. Really, God, we're open to any suggestions if you want to give us, and we're all open to receiving your divine words, willing to put them into divine action. Bring us all we need to overcome this challenge. And didn't you say that for every challenge, there is a solution? Bring that solution on. So everyone fill all those bubbles up with light and see it containing and neutralizing any nuclear leaks, all radiation. And we're going to call out to the cosmic beings to come forth and take this radiation off the planet and do something lovely with it. Turn it into something that's beneficial for the planet and all life forms. And for that, we thank you. We're going to fill this up with light and love. We're going to take another deep breath and release it. Again, I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So take another deep breath and feel yourself again reconnect to the Creator. And we're going to feel that energy flow through you. We're going to create another bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to work on healing the Arctic poles and the glaciers. So imagine that in this bubble of light. North and South Pole and the glaciers. And the water elemental. All right, let there be light in the name of the presence of God, which I am, through the magnetic power, the sacred fire vested in me, I command. I call to Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, to go forth and remove all obstacles in our path to divine creation. I call to Lord Shiva and Michael the Archangel to come forth and destroy all evil in our path or in the path of our creation. I ask that all old thought forms, ideas, concepts, and prophecies, past, present, and future, that's holding this energy work from manifesting, be dissolved by the violet flame and replaced with new possibilities. I call to the architect of the universes, divine creators, animals, insect, higher selves, oversouls, avatars, masters, guides, and angels, all the gods and goddesses of light, our ancestors of light, all the old ancient cultures responsible for holding light on the planet, including the Aborigines, the Kahunas, the medicine men and women, the shaman, air, earth, fire, and water, all earth divas, all cosmic beings, all other life forms and consciousnesses in earth and other stars and planets and other galaxies, seen and unseen, to join us in helping us heal and repair the earth now. We ask for permission to quantum leap the world and all life forms and all planes and dimensions, seen and unseen, connected with planet Earth, into divine enlightenment, to let us go beyond our known potential into the greatest unknown golden age the universes and worlds and all planets have ever experienced. Let's take the best of all lifetimes, all golden ages, all worlds, galaxies, and create such a divine and enlightened planet that is even way beyond the Creator's imagination. Imagine the Creator's laughing with joyful glee at this action we put into motion with every breath we now breathe. And it's snowballing, quantum leaping forward with every moment. We call to all rock, stones, minerals, and all earth keeper crystals above and below the earth to now awaken, reconnect themselves back to the divine, and start to vibrate to the higher frequency of the divine, raising the energy and vibration to the center of the earth, radiating outward, giving special attention to the Arctic, Antarctic, and all the glaciers, putting them back in balance. We ask that all crystals join us and amplify our energy work over 100 million fold. Let this shift and integration be gentle, loving, and kind for all life forms of life, human and elemental. I call to Michael the Archangel and ask that all negativity, again, that the water elemental is taken on, be cut from the water, transmuted by the violet flame, and filled with much love as the water elemental reconnects to the Creator. Now let's imagine this beautiful divine healing energy coming down from the Creator, flowing into all water, whether it's liquid or frozen in the form of snow and ice on the planet. We call the violet flame through the methane gas in all waters, ocean, lakes, rivers, streams, and in our drinking water. Transmute that energy, healed with the energy of the angel light. Now we reconnect all the molecules and atoms that create methane gas back to the Creator and command them to be neutral, to simply revert to healthy water, yet allow for the proper amount of methane the Earth needs to remain in the planet, buried under heavy permafrost. As we send this healing energy through all the waters, we see it neutralizing all radiation, poisons, methane gas, chemicals, all toxins and pharmaceutical drugs that are in it. This healing energy is also helping the water circulate, so it's at its perfect divine temperature. I want you now to see thousands and thousands of hundreds of thousands of huge bottles of clean, pristine mineral water that are 10 miles high, 10 miles long, 10 miles wide. They're inches apart from each other all over the ocean and waters, including the Arctic and Antarctic oceans. Inside these bottles of pristine oxygenated water, let's place all the minerals and plankton, kelp, and whatever the sea life needs to survive. See these bottles becoming, again, sanctuaries for all sea life to go to. We now command the water elemental to mirror the bottles of water. And in your mind's eye, see the ocean clearing up and becoming healthy and vibrant again, with an abundance of flourishing, healthy sea life. We're now going to bury hundreds of millions of frozen bottles of pristine water filled with minerals and a little sand with it in the snow of all glaciers and Arctic circles, and command the snow to mirror the frozen water. See the snow become very solid, magnetizing more snow to itself, and see it accumulating. Now sand gives the water and the frozen snow molecules something to grip to, allowing the elementals to go back to their natural growth cycle in balance with the Earth. Now, during the summer, which is now, we're going to place an invisible shield on top of the oceans to reflect any excessive sunlight back into the air, into the violet flame to transmute any excessive heat energy, allowing that energy gently to cool down and dissipate. This allows the oceans to keep at the proper temperature that is in alignment with the Earth's natural seasons and temperatures. We ask that the ocean's soul memory of being a master builder is activated and reconnected to the divine, recreating nature's true balance and temperature. We call to the mountain elemental, the air, water, and fire elemental that creates the jet stream, to hear our request. Call again to Michael the Archangel to cut all ties and remove all overlays that are keeping you from working in divine harmony, to help put the planet back in balance. And as this energy is removed, you're set free from your dark restraints. Call the violet flame to transmute any negative energy you have taken on back to light. We now reconnect you back to the Creator and fill you up with so much light. You remember your true natural state that is in harmony with the divine. For the mountain glaciers, we send this very cold energy starting miles beneath you, and it's going to go up. And the higher up the mountain the energy goes, the colder it gets, allowing the water elemental to stay in true frozen form, being able to magnetize snow to it, again turning that snow to ice and growing again, fulfilling its divine purpose of giving people and the planet the water it needs, as well as helping the planet stay at its proper temperature. As the wind blows up the mountain in the form of a jet stream laden with water molecules, we ask the jet stream to slow down to its natural speed that is in alignment with the earth. See the jet stream and water elemental work with the mountain by releasing this moisture from the mountain back to the mountain in the form of snow, which the mountain joyfully takes and creates more ice, and the ice grows. As the jet stream travels over the mountain glaciers and grows right into the stratosphere, right to the Arctic polar vortex, flowing in a perfect circle around the vortex that's in perfect harmony with the earth. Because the jet stream released her water back to the mountain, she helps the Arctic cool down to the perfect temperature that it needs to be, in perfect harmony with the planet. So now we're going to give our attention to the permafrost. Now, everywhere there's permafrost, we're going to send a very cold energy that keeps the temperature that stays at or below 0 Celsius, which is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Under the Earth's soil, we see a layer of pure ice that forms under the soil, and that's called segregated ice, and it's going to form anywhere from 2 meters to 10 feet thick. Imagine the segregated ice forming, and as the ice core attracts more water, that freezes and attracts even more water, which creates the effects that's called chirosuction. Now, the chirosuction makes the frozen layer grow, and the growing layer expands the soil even more, making the permanently frozen ground expand by 50% or more. And we're going to send extra energy into the snow and ice so it can reflect more heat away and stay frozen. We now call to the elementals that create the permafrost. The water between the rocks, the pebbles, the loose soil that allows the ice to easily form when combined, creating pore ice and all frozen rocks to work in divine harmony, keeping the permafrost frozen. We call to the older, deeper permafrost that is underneath Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. Now, the subsea permafrost that's more than 500,000 years old to link up with all permafrost on the planet, teaching them how to hold their form. We command that all permafrost mirror the subsea permafrost. Again, see the temperature of the ground consistently staying at or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 Celsius. We now send energy to the continuous permafrost that exists under almost the entire land surface in Russia. Now, this is areas that have continuous permafrost, and they have layers that are more than 330 feet thick. Oh, excuse me. We call the deepest permafrost ever found in Siberia, a northern region in northern Russia, where the area in Siberia has a permafrost layer that extends over 5,000 feet down. We ask that this old ancient permafrost communicate with all the permafrost and help them form. And again, see the temperature of the ground consistently staying at or below 32 degrees. So now we're going to give attention to the old and new sea ice in the Beaufort Gyre and the Fram Straits. So we again call to the air, earth, and fire elemental to support the water elemental to work together in harmony, to support the format of old ice that provides a basis of ice that creates everything it needs to support all life forms on the poles so it may fulfill its missions of keeping the planet cool, allowing the water to warm up at the equator yet cool at the Arctic, keeping the planet and all life forms in balance. We send you many blessings and grace for working with us, keeping that climate in balance. Let us put energy blocks up in the water and air to hold the old icebergs from flowing through the Fram Strait into the ocean, keeping the old ice in Arctic waters so they can grow and mature. Now we're going to anchor the violet flame to transmute the CO2 gases around the old and new ice. We're going to send a really cold Arctic energy that is minus 25 Celsius through the old ice to help it retain its form. We call to the old ice, asking that your memory of old ancient ice is activated. So you remember your missions, holding your form, allowing yourself to magnetize to you what you need to grow. Allow the old ice to join together so it may heal itself and grow stronger, keeping solid frozen form. We ask the old ice now to communicate with the new ice in Beaufort Gyre, feeding it with the information it needs to become old ice and hold its form. We command the young ice to mirror old ice. We also send energy into the water that will slow the ice from drifting out of the Arctic, keeping it in the Beaufort Gyre, allowing the young ice to mature into old thick ice. See the young ice staying drifting in the Arctic for at least 5 to 10 years, growing and maturing. Now we're going to direct a very high energy at the HARP military installation or any supercomputers that are heating up the ocean and interfering with the high and low pressure flows over the Arctic or anywhere on the planet. That's creating artificial hurricanes, tornadoes, artificial weather of any kind. So we're going to focus on all their computers. Imagine all the numbers in their computers reversing ones and zeros, and it just keeps flipping, resulting in their computers totally break down. As they break down, the Mother Earth is allowed to go back into her proper balance, flourish. We send the elementals many blessings and grace for working with us, keeping the climate in balance. And we're going to ask that anyone that listens to this energy work and any of the energy work that we've done, that's amplified over 100,000 fold. So let's take a deep breath and release it. Give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So we're going to create one more bubble of light. And in this bubble of light, we're going to put in all the light workers on the planet. And this includes you guys, all the people that are standing up, all the earth activists, all the people that pick up litter, that are against the Nazis, that's standing up against Putin, that want real democracy. That can even be your grandmother. She's a good, loving person. She goes in this bubble. People are standing up for the kids that are kidnapped, child trafficked, or in the cages that Trump's put them in, the immigrant children that are in cages in concentration camps. See all of them in this bubble of light. So we're going to call the Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any dark energy that's around any of these people on the planet. Anything that's keeping them from connecting to the Creator and being awakened, becoming awakened spiritual beings that are filled with all new possibilities. See the light workers, all the blocks being removed in front of their path so they have a clear path, and see them filling up with so much light that they're magnetizing to them everything they need to move forward, to fulfill their divine missions. whether it's from a twin flame, a divine mate, other people they need to work with that they're going to support them. Let them fill up with so much divine abundance that they have more than enough to fulfill their divine missions, live comfortable life, and have more than enough to share with others. Now we're going to send energy to everyone's life force. And as we're doing that, we're going to call to everyone's higher self and ask that everyone's higher self, their divine blueprint that they put together before they incarnated into this lifetime for perfect health, is activated now in their bodies. They want their divine blueprint, all their divine gifts that they came into this lifetime with, be activated in their bodies, and they draw to them everyone they need to help develop those gifts. And I want their divine blueprint or divine abundance be activated. And that abundance can come in many forms, people to work with their divine mate. The monetary means they need to pay off, to pay their bills. See all the light workers filling up with so much light. And now, real quick, we're going to put in everybody that you know that needs healing. And you can say their names out loud or quietly. Imagine them surrounded by angel light energy. That's going to help remove anything that's keeping them out of balance. And we're going to send energy to their life force to go wherever in their body they need it to help them heal. And we ask their higher self now to help them be open to whatever healing modality will work for them. The best healing modality on the planet. And let them be open-minded to use it and put it in practice and see results. All right, fill them up with light and love, and we're going to take a deep breath and release it. I give thanks for this opportunity to serve. So we're going to close this circle tonight. We're going to do 3 ohms real quick. And you can do it with me. Come on. I'm the one who's been doing the talking. Om. Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy. So everybody put your feet flat on the floor, and I want the earth energy to come up. We're going to ground you a little bit. Feel it come up your feet, your ankles, your calves. The more earth energy comes up your feet, you start to ground, pull back in body, get very clear-headed. If you have that stone called hematite, go grab that until you're not lightheaded. If you are high after the show, go find a tree, put your hands on the tree, sending all your excess energy into the tree. 30 seconds. And then ask the tree to send you energy back, and it will help you ground. So feel more earth energy come up and feel yourself grounding even more. So thank you guys for tuning in and doing this lovely energy work with me. And if you, become a subscriber to my YouTube page. And, UPRN Radio, subscribe to both of us on YouTube. Come over on my Facebook page. I've been doing a lot of energy work during the week. And, if you feel that energy need, let's do it. The earth needs it, and so does humanity. We're not done quantum leaping the world into enlightenment yet, okay? All right. So, again, this is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show on UPRN Radio. This is Friday night, August 21st. Have a good week, guys. Have a nice weekend. Be safe. Breathe as much as you can. And, really be happy. And help others be happy. Do some random acts of kindness. All right, good night. Aloha.